Hello children, myself Anuradha Sinha, your SSC teacher is again present here with a new session of social science. Children, we have already completed the first chapter, the second chapter, the first chapter, that is family relationship. We have completed with the explanation, we have completed with the exercises, we have completed with the test also. You have already given a test of your first chapter, and at the same time, in my previous video, I had provided you the extra questions based on chapter 1. In the same way, I am present here again with the extra questions of chapter 2, that is sensitivity towards others. Children, as I had explained you in my previous video, I am explaining to you the same thing again. See, in the examination, it is not necessary that questions will come only from the exercises which is given in the book. The book contains the exercise which includes fill in the blanks, match the following, objective type question, that is multiple choice questions. You have short question answers, you have long question answers, you have value based question answers, and in some of the chapters you have riddles also. In the examination, the questions also comes from inside the chapter. So you have to be very thorough with the chapter as well. You have to go through the chapter again and again so that anything which comes from inside the chapter, be that in the form of fill in the blanks or in the form of multiple choice question or in the form of true and false, if anything comes, whatever may be the pattern of the question, you would always be ready to answer those if you are thorough with the chapter. So I am here with some extra questions of that chapter which I have taken from the lesson itself, from the chapter itself, from inside the chapter, so that you can have a better understanding of the chapter, and if anything comes from this, you would be able to write it. Again, make this clear that it is not necessary for you to learn these answers. What you have to do is understand these answers, because if you learn too many answers, there is always a fear, there is always a doubt that you would miss some of the answers or you would forget the answers in the exam. So try to understand the concept of the question, concept of the answer, and then write it down so that you would be able to answer each and every question. So let us start. The first question. What is a society? A society is an organized group of people. Organized, a group which is arranged in a systematic way. We all live in a society, isn't it? A society comprises of many houses, many families, neighborhood, and this all makes a society. The people among this, they have good feeling for each other. They all support each other. They all cooperate each other at the time of need. This is what this is what gives the example of brotherhood. They all are ready to help each other out. So this is what makes a society, an organized group of people, where people live in a systematic order, in an organized way. Now come to question number 2. How do the children develop a caring attitude towards others? Now, how do the children develop a caring attitude? See, the qualities that we find in a child, that doesn't take place, that doesn't develop overnight. It is a long ongoing process. A child learns this from his very childhood, from his family. He watches each and every member of his family and sees to it how the members are treating each other. And this is how he learns this caring nature. He develops this caring nature. So the answer is the children develop a caring attitude towards others by watching their parents and other people around them. See, there are two parts to this question, to this answer. By watching their parents. So first, as they see their family members more, their parents are, they interact more with their parents. So the first thing that they learn, the caring attitude that they develop is from their parents. They see the caring attitude of their parents, how their parents care for the younger ones of the family, how their parents are caring towards the elder ones of the family, that is towards their grandparents, grandmother and grandfather. And by seeing this quality, or by seeing this caring nature, caring attitude of their parents, the child also follows the same thing. Even you all might be seeing this at your home, isn't it? When your mother and father, your parents, they take care of your grandparents, then you also do the same thing. Whenever you see that your grandparent are in need of something, whatever it may be, simple things that they require, if they are looking for their spectacles, if they want drinking water, if they are looking for the medicines, if they want the newspaper, you all run and get it for your grandparents. So this shows that you are caring. And how have you developed this? You have developed this by watching your parents. The children follow their parents. The children, they imbibe their parents. Whatever their parents do, they also do it in the same way. And it is not only their parents, the other people also around them, with whoever they are associated with whoever they interact with. Might be their relatives, their friends, their teachers, their neighbors. So these are the people who influence the child, and the child learns from them. Come to question number 3. List 2 good habits that you have learned from your friends. 2 good habits you have to mention that you have learned from your friends. So understand this question properly. Not from your parents or your teachers, but 2 good habits that you have learned from your friends. 2 good habits that I have learned from my friends are to complete my work in time. That is, whatever work the teacher has given to you, whether that is the classwork or that is the homework. That homework could be in the form of question answers, or that could be in the form of some project work. So whatever the teacher has given, if that friend of yours completes that work in time, then you get influenced by your friend. When the teacher praises the work of that child, the teacher praises that child, then you also feel like doing the work in time, so that the teacher praises you next time. So you learn this from your friend. The second one, to participate in all the school activities. Suppose your friend participates in all the school activities, whatever it may be, whether it is sports, or whether it is exhibition, whether it is the curricular programs that is conducted in the school, whatever the program takes place in the school. If that child is interested and he participates in everything, then that the child encourages you, that you also participate in all those things, and you also feel like, yes, my friend does that, so I should also do it. Your friend motivates you this way. So this I have written on your behalf, but you can write your own answer also. I have just mentioned 2 good habits that your friend teaches you, or you learn from your friend. It is not necessary that you have to write the same 2 points. If your friend has provided you, or if your friend has taught you, or if you have learned something different from your friend, 2 good habits, you can mention that also. Now come to the next question. Why is it important to assist the old people? Why should we assist the old people? Many old people are not able to hear and see properly. So, it is important to assist the old people. As the people get old, they are not able to hear. Their sense of hearing or their sense of seeing diminishes with the age. Diminishes means decreases. So you might have seen many old people, they might be wearing spectacles, or they use the hearing aid. They put the hearing aid in their ears if they are not able to hear properly. So as the age advances, as the age increases, the old people are not able to hear and see properly. So we must help the old people. We should. It is important for us to help the old people. Now come to the next question. How does family play an important role? Family plays an important role in building strong bonds of love and care. Family, why? Why does the family play how does it play an important role? By building strong bonds of love and care. These two are the emotions or the feelings that you find in the family. Each family member has love for other. Each family member cares for the other one. So from the very beginning, the child learns these qualities from the family members. Now come to the next question. With whom does all children share a special bond? All children share a special bond with their grandparents. Now, grandparents are the ones who have a special liking towards their grandchildren. So, the grandchildren share a special bond with them. They run to hear stories from them. They run to provide all the things that the grandparents require. They like the company of the grandparents. They like to go with them for morning and evening walk. They like to go with them to the park. They like to spend time with them. They like to play indoor games with them. And this is how the children develop a special bond, because they spend a lot of time with their grandparents, and the grandparents also have a special liking towards their grandchild. Next question. Who wrote the first book for educating the hearing impaired? If you do remember, when I explained you this chapter, I had explained you that those people who are hearing impaired, that means they are deaf, they are not able to hear. And so this sign language was developed for them, so that if they are not able to hear, at least by seeing the sign language, they can understand what the other person is trying to convey, what the other person is trying to say to them. This sign language helps them to understand what a person wants to tell them. So, Juan Paulo Bonet wrote, he was a Spanish. You don't need to mention that, you can just mention the name itself. Juan Paulo Bonet wrote the first book for educating them. Educating them means here educating the hearing impaired. You can also write, instead of them, you can write here educating the hearing impaired. Now come to the next question. Who invented the Braille script? The Braille script, Louis Braille invented the Braille script. Or you can write it the other way also. The Braille script was invented by Louis Braille. Now come to the ninth question and the last extra question that I have mentioned in this chapter. What is Braille script? Braille script is used by the visually impaired. Visually impaired means the people who are blind, who are not able to see. So Braille script is used by the visually impaired to read and write by touching the raised dots on paper. I had explained you this also in my video when I was explaining you the Braille script and the visually impaired part. If you do remember, I had given you the example of acupressure pads. You all might have seen the acupressure pads with raised dots on it. You also might have seen slippers. The slippers are also not now available in the market with acupressure dots. So this helps to heal the pain. But here these dots I am giving the example because I want to explain you the concept of raised dots. Just as the acupressure pads have that raised dots, in the same way the Braille script also has raised dots, and these dots are actually the different alphabets and the numbers in different pattern. So a person who is blind just moves the finger this way through the raised dots and they are able to read what is written on that page. So the book of those blind people, that Braille script, the book which is mentioned for the blind people, they have thick pages because of these raised dots only. And by moving their fingers, by touching the raised dots like this, the blind person is able to read what is written on that paper. With this, children, we have come to an end of the extra questions. Go through these extra questions so that you are able to understand the chapter very thoroughly, and you can write or you can deal any question which comes from inside the chapter. Now, let us come to a very interesting part. This is actually a part of your chapter, but it is more like a game, more like a fun. So study along with fun. I am giving this as homework to you. This is the last page of your first chapter. This is from your exercise itself, that is page number 10 from your first chapter, question number 6 of the exercise. See how interesting this is. This you will do as homework and you will submit it in the group. See your old family album or talk to your grandparents. Compare the house in which they lived when they were your age with the house you live now. Means you have to make a comparison between your grandparents' time and your time. What is the difference that have come up from that period to this period? Like area. When your grandparents were child, okay, what you have to see when they were your age. Your age means when your grandparents, your grandfather, your grandmother was a child, when they were a child. At that time, where did they live? What was the area where they lived? Urban area, that means city area, or rural area, village area. So when they were child, in which area they lived? दादा दादी किस एरिया में रहते थे जब वो आपकी तरह बच्चे थे? You have to write here. And now where do you live? अब आप कहाँ रहते हैं? आप शहरों में रहते हैं या गांव में रहते हैं? You have to mention that. Size. What was the size of that place where they lived? Big or small? You have to mention that. So you have to write here size. That place when their grandparents were a child, that time and now. Number of members. How many number of members were there? When your grandparents were child, there were so many that joint family used to exist at that time. And many family members used to live. So ask your grandparents and write the number. Here also, how many members live now, presently, in your house? The house that was made of. What was the material used? किन चीज़ों से बना था वो घर जिसमें आपके दादा या दादी रहा करते थे? You have to write those materials. अभी आप जिस घर में रहते हैं, now where you stay, वो किन चीज़ों से बना है? Write those materials name. Now something very interesting here. Riddle game. He is your father's father. I will explain you one. Others you will do it yourself. He is your father's father. वो आपके पापा के पापा हैं. बट इज योर, तो वो आपके क्या लगेंगे? अगर वो आपके पापा के पापा हैं, इफ ही इज योर फादर्स फादर, देन व्हाट ही इज टू यू, वो आपके क्या लगेंगे? ग्रैंडफादर. Okay, so the next 4 you will do it yourself and then you will submit your homework in the group. Thank you.